Hi everyone, welcome back to PRAKASAM tutorials. In this video, I am going to discuss about types of random process. In practical situations, random process can be characterized into different types depending on their frequency components. For example, information bearing signals such as audio signal, video signal, and modulated waveforms, etc. carry the information within a specified frequency band. The important types of random process are low pass random process, band pass random process, band limited random process, and narrow band random process. So these are the some important types of random process. So first I am going to discuss about low pass random process. And what is low pass random process? A random process is defined as a low pass random process x of t. Once again, a random process is defined as a low pass random process x of t if its power density spectrum or power spectral density has a significant component within the frequency band. So that within the frequency band as shown in this figure. So this is the graphical representation of the low pass random process. So the good examples of the low pass random process such as speech signal, image signal, video signal. These are some good examples of the low pass random process. And second one is band pass random process. And what is the band pass random process? A random process x of t is called a band pass random process if its power density spectrum Sxx of omega has significant components within a band within a bandwidth w that does not include omega is equal to 0. But in practice, the spectrum may have a small amount of power spectrum at omega is equal to 0. That omega is equal to 0 that is shown in this figure. Once again, but in practice, the spectrum may have a small amount of power spectrum at omega is equal to 0 as shown in this figure. The spectral components outside the bandwidth W, and this is the bandwidth. The spectral component outside the bandwidth W are very small and can be neglected. So the good examples of bandpass random process are modulated signal with carrier frequency omega naught, bandwidth W, or bandpass random process. The noise transmitting over a communication channel can be modulated as a bandpass random process. So this is the definition of bandpass random process. The next one is band limited random process. And this is the graphical representation of bandpass random process. And this is the graphical representation of band limited random process. And what is band limited random process? A random process is said to be band limited if its power spectrum components are 0 outside the frequency band of width W that does not include omega is equal to 0. Now where the bandwidth is, this is the bandwidth W, this is the bandwidth W. The frequency component are plus or minus omega naught. Okay. So at omega is equal to 0, that it does not include omega is equal to 0. If its power spectrum components are 0 outside the frequency bandwidth W, that does not include omega is equal to 0. The power spectrum of band limited band pass as shown in this figure. Next, fourth one is narrowband random process. And what is narrowband random process? And this is the graphical representation of narrowband random process. A band limited random process is said to be a narrowband random process if the bandwidth W is very small compared to the band center frequency. So that is bandwidth W is very much less than omega naught, where W is the bandwidth and omega naught is the frequency at which the power spectrum is maximum. So these are different types of random process. So that is low pass random process, band pass random process, band limited random process, and narrow band random process.